Hello, so this is the video of the day 2 of my small Archipelago Trail bike camping trip. But before I actually get into day 2, I realized I should share a bit more info about the trail, and I could also share about the equipments that I bought. Maybe I should have done this in the introduction, but maybe if you now got hooked into my trip, and now if you're wondering if you should do the trip, maybe this is also a good time to give you the info. So let's do it like this. And also, it's possible if you're watching, you already know a bit about this archipelago trail, Saariston Rengastie. So in the background, you're gonna see the photos, the paper photos that I got from tourist info places. I just took photo of it with my camera to share, but of course, if you search online, you can find better maps as well. So this Saariston Rengastie in southwest Finland. This trip was only a weekend trip. I did the small one, so it was only about, in total, the small archipelago trail. It's about 120 kilometers, but a little bit less because there is a bit of ferry rides. So you actually ride about 115 kilometers, I think. I think that was my total in the end. So yeah, let's just say yeah, about 120 kilometers. That's what Google says anyway. If you search how long is, what kilometers is the small archipelago trail. So, and as you can see, the map has that half sun rising from the blue sky. You can see that sign. It's a small sign along the bike trail. So when you ride along the bike and when you're not sure, should I turn here or not, you can just follow the signs. Um, Most of the time you can see them, but sometimes they're like covered by tree leaves and they're not that big. So you have to keep your eyes open so that you won't miss. And if you miss, nowadays everybody has GPS on their phones. So you're not going to get lost, hopefully. And one tip, way to Naantali, one tip is make sure you follow the trail from Turku because it is also possible to get to Naantali by passing Raisio. It's a city northwest to Turku. So it is possible to go from Turku, Raisio, Naantali. I mean, if you really want to go to Raisio, you can do that. But I am certain that the trail that doesn't pass Raisio, so you have to follow the sign, half sun sign, follow the actual archipelago trail, and then you get to ride more along the sea, and you can see the mayor shipyard. You sometimes, and most of the time, you can see the huge ship, cruise ship being built at the mayor shipyard. So it's really beautiful. There's also like a beach right next to it. You can make it maybe take a break there. So I definitely recommend following the route uh, that goes along the sea. Just follow the sign, then you can ride along the nice path. And yes, of course, this time I rode to Naantali and then south to Nagu and then back to Turku, but it's totally possible to do it the other way. It doesn't make a difference. No difference at all. It's up to you. And yeah, and also I the map info shows a bit of info about Kultaranta. As I wrote there, it is also possible to do paid tours there. But like I said, if you go on Friday evening, it's free. That will come up again in my other video of my July bike trip, which I hope that I can make. Yes. And now let's get to equipment. The gears, well, it's more like equipment, I guess. So the sleeping bag I bought already last year. I wasn't thinking about the bike trip when I bought it. I bought it because it was on sale. It was 30 euros. Yeah, it was really cheap. You can see the price when I searched today in August. Yeah, it's much more expensive than 30 euros. And at the time last fall, I was really starting to love walking in Finnish forests. Like it's so peaceful. I've never walked in such a peaceful forest before. Like there's nobody. And then it's like you're so close to nature, you can just eat berries and just yeah, completely quiet and peaceful. I started to love it. And in Finland there are places In Finnish, it's lavu. Not sure what that is in English, but it's like a, it's not a cabin. It doesn't even have a door, but it's a place where you can sleep. And I've never done that, but I thought it was an idea that, oh my god, I love the forest. Maybe I could do it. And anyway, yeah, when I went to XXL, and by the way, I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just sharing info. I didn't get paid to do any of this. I paid and bought all my equipment. Obviously, this is a new channel. I mean, so this is not a promotion. Yeah, so yeah, I bought the sleeping bag thinking one day I could use it. I mean, 30 euros, it's an investment. Why not? So I bought it already last October. And then I started to slowly think about bike trips. And then I thought, okay, I really want to use the sleeping bag. I mean, yeah. And it was already too late to return it because 90 days return days. Yeah, 90 days were all over. I had to use it. I don't want to waste my money. I had to use it. So I already had the sleeping bag. The sleeping mat, yeah, I figured I could buy a rolling type. At first, actually, yeah, at first I bought the type that you put air in it. Like, but I realized like taking the air out and putting it in every day is like gonna be too much. So actually, I bought that from Lidl and then I returned it quite quickly. I tried it at home and realized too much work. I mean, I want it to be easy. I want camping experience to be as easy as possible. So I returned it and I thought, okay, either buy a rolling one or a folding style, which I ended up buying. Because also the air type is a bit more heavy. I wanted it to be really light. And yeah, the one I bought, I'm happy with it. It's really light. And I thought if I have to roll it every day, that's also a lot of work. I want to make it as simple as possible. So the folding style, yeah, so far no complaints. It's good. I mean, of course, it's not like sleeping on a bed, but I didn't feel like the ground was like too hard or something. The mat did its job. Yeah. And the tent. Oh my god. I shouldn't have searched, but now that I searched today, the tent is only 20 euros. What? But oh, whatever. It was worth 35 euros. I used it a lot already this summer. And I had to buy it that day, the day before I left for the trip. But damn, okay. Yeah, the sleeping mat I bought on Monday, the same week. I mean, I'm talking about the week that I left for this bike trip. Yeah, the Monday is the day I bought the tent from Motonet, 20 euros, and also the sleeping mat. And when I got back home and realized that I couldn't set up the dome tent, it was too difficult. And then I returned the Motonet tent. Yeah, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, but anyway, same week that day. And then, so Thursday, I returned it and bought the tent from Eula for 35 euros, which is now 20 euros. So if you're considering, you can buy it, I guess. Yeah, but it says it's two person tent, but I don't think so. It was because I had my bags inside the tent. One person tent, I would say. I mean, I guess you could fit in two-person, but then it's really tight. I don't know. Too small. Yeah, even for one person, it wasn't big. And like I'm 170, my height is 170 centimeters, and the tent, I felt like my head almost, yeah, it sometimes almost touched the tent, or my feet was touching it, so it wasn't big at all. So yeah, I would just say it's a one-person tent. But okay, that was it about the equipments I wanted to share. And lastly, another thing that motivated me to do this trip was I learned how to patch a flat tire. Like, yeah, I can replace it. At least I know how to do it on my front tire. The rear tire, it has gears and stuff, so it would be harder to remove it. But I learned to how to fix a flat tire, the front flat tire, this spring, and that gave me a lot of more motivation. I mean, before I did bike trips, I just risked it. If it got flat tire, I don't know what I would have done in my former bike trips. Most of them I did in my home country. Once I did bike trip once last year from Turku to Helsinki without a tent because like I said this is my first time with a tent. If that so those days I just slept in accommodations. I made reservations in advance just a few days before. So yeah, I just always risked it. If I get a flat tire, I don't know, maybe somebody will help me or I hitchhike, I don't know. I just risked it. But luckily I never got a flat tire during my trips. Yeah. But now I know how to fix it and I had some tools with me. I didn't have to use it, but it's just very good. Very it feels safer and it's very good that I know how to do it. And it wasn't that, I mean, in the beginning it was hard, but it's something you can definitely learn if you want to learn it. So, yeah, I encourage you, if you haven't tried it, one day you should try also in Finland, because it can get expensive if you have to keep replacing flat tires from a bike shop. If you learn how to do it, you save money. I mean, you spend your time, but it feels like it's worth it. It feels good to do it by yourself. Yeah. So this was something I wanted to share already before I actually get to my day two. I have a lot of photos in day two. All right, let's get to that. Yes, in my next recording, I'm going to stop the recording first here.